everybody, it's Jill with Angel Creations. Welcome back to my craft room. So today we are going to make a little hot plate riser. And to do that, I've already cleaned my glass, so I'm trying not to touch it much, but we are going to be using one of the Dollar Tree. I don't know if it's like a cutting board, like a cheese cutting board, or a hot plate, but it's just a simple piece of glass, and I've already cleaned it with my Dollar Tree glass cleaner, which I love that stuff. All right, and we're going to be using some of this Dollar Tree Crafter's Square Farmhouse material, and I already cut a piece and I already ironed it. I ironed it with this little tiny iron that I have in my craft room. It's from Walmart. I think it was like under $20, maybe 15. And it is a great little thing to have in your craft stash, because when they fold the material, when they roll the material, first they fold it and crease it. And I needed to get that crease out. And we're going to be using a piece of this. I have very, very sore fingers. I can't even grab things today. We're going to be using a piece of this Main Street Wall Creations peel and stick wallpaper. And it looks like faux wood. So we're going to do that. And then to make it rise, I went through my stash and I found these little, oh, by the way, I took the little legs. They look like this. I don't know if you can see that. Little rubber legs in each corner. I took those off already, and one was stuck to the packaging here. These little wood rounds, they just call them wood slices in the Crafter's Square section, and we're going to use those today. So let's get to it. So the first thing I want to show you is I printed this backwards. Now it's reading correctly to you, but I really it's really backwards. And the reason I did it backwards, which just means I mirrored my image on Cricut, the reason I did that is because I want to stick that to my glass, and I want to flip the glass over, and I want it to read correctly. Now we have it on press and seal, Glad press and seal, and we're just going to make sure it knows that we want it to stay on the press and seal, because that's going to be our transfer tape. Because Dollar Tree vinyl is not the best adhesive. So if you use anything stronger than a press and seal, what happens is it's too sticky. If it's not press and seal, it's too sticky, and the transfer won't come off. The vinyl won't come off the backing of its own original home backing, if that makes any sense. It won't transfer. It'll just be so sticky. And so what we're doing, maybe a better way of saying this is, we want our vinyl to be stickier than our transfer tape. How's that? Now let's get a piece of paper towel and just put our glass on it so we can see it. You know what I'm saying? Alright, we're going to use the corners just to set it down so we can see our perimeters. And now we're going to stick this right to the... One of the good things about Dollar Tree vinyl is it's black on both sides. Alright, let's see if we can get this centered and pretty straight. I might have to go up just a tad. Yeah. Once you stick it, it's pretty hard to unstick, so be very careful. Very careful. Let me just fix my fern. Okay. If it was a little too high, I need to make it... Alright, we're just going to go for it. We're just going to go for it and hope This is a really bad example, you guys. I'm showing you a really bad example. But you've seen me do it here before. Let me lift that up, lay it down. Lay it down, nice and flat. I think I have a little hiccup over here, so let me see if I can fix it real quick. I know I'm not talking because I'm concentrating. I hear thunder. It's gonna storm here in a minute. I hope we don't lose our power. All right, there we go. Now I can stick that down and get the little wrinkle I had out of it. All right, now we're good to go. We're gonna rub our little fingers, our fat sausage little fingers, over our words and our fern, and we're gonna tell it to stay on our glass and take off all of our press and seal. There you have it. All right, I have one little thing I'm going to fix, and it will just take 1 second. There we go. Awesome possum. All right, everything's down. We're going to give it a good rub over with our fingers. Probably shouldn't because I just cleaned it. Oh, I see we have a little issue with our E. Let's fix our E before that isn't savable. All right, you guys, I think we are good to continue. Let me show you. Now this I'm going to do on reverse. Wait 1 second. I have a little press and seal. There we go. Stuck to the back. So now it says, let's put this behind it. Now it says farm to table, backwards to you, but to me it's correct. And now we are going to take a piece of this. It's press and seal, but we're not going to use it as press and seal. We're going to actually just Mod Podge. Oh, my fingers are so sore. We're going to Mod Podge a piece of this on. So I'm just going to trace it and cut it. Oh, I slid a little. And then, oh, that didn't even draw. Isn't that something? All right. This doesn't write on here. Let's get something else then. How about, let's try this. Ooh, that'll write. All right, we're just gonna trace it and cut that out. Isn't that nice already though? I love that. I love it. I love it. Let's cut this out real quick. And we are going to Mod Podge it right onto the glass. It is a cool press and seal. I mean, not press and seal. It is a cool peel and stick, but we are just gonna Mod Podge it. So we're not even gonna take the, I'm just rounding the corners, but we're gonna sand this anyway. Look at that. Try to get all that marker off there. I don't really want that showing. All right, let's put this aside. And now we are gonna put Mod Podge right on it. So we're gonna make sure that we have our right side here. I am gonna do it right on my glass. I'm gonna put Mod Podge right over my vinyl. And to do that, I need some Mod Podge. All right, so we're just, oh, that one's not open. Oh, I had the Mod Podge right here in front of me. I thought I had everything out. But we will need a Mod Podge brush. I like to use these little makeup brushes from the Dollar Tree. But you can use whatever you feel comfortable with. Do you hear the thunder? I'm going to put a little bit. We don't need a lot. We do need enough. A good thick coat is good. And a nice, neat, thick coat if you can, because these brush marks will show through if you don't do a good, nice, neat coat. All the way, just top to bottom, in a nice, even coat. And now we're going to just put our wallpaper right on to our surface, and we're going to use a scraper from the Dollar Tree, making sure that we have no bubbles, and we're just going to squish that down. And now we will flip it over and we will see farm to table. All right, take this. I'm just going to go around my edges so that if anything's squeezed out, it's going to kind of seal the edge. And then if anything else is on the table, it's going to be okay. We're going to give this another, just a little mist of cleaner. Yeah, we have this that we used for a background. And we're going to clean that up. Make that nice and clean. And then we're going to give this a little blow dry so that we can continue. And then we're going to put the material on the back of it just to finish it, right? All right, so I am going to give this a little blow dry and then we'll be right back. Okay, it is really starting to storm, so I feel like we better get on with the craft here. All right, so now I cut out and ironed a piece of fabric for the back of my, let's see, we want to make this is the top. So we want to make sure that this is the top. And yeah, no, this is the top. So let's put that down. I don't really want to get it dirty, but I don't have anything. And we're just going to Mod Podge this very thick, because it's material, right on the back. And we are going to use the Mod Podge brush that I just put into the water. Par for the course, par for the course. All right, we're just dabbing that Mod Podge brush off on a paper towel. All right, so yeah, we want to make this nice and thick. Go ahead and get your edges again too. It's not going to hurt it to go ahead and get this on nice and thick. Go around your edges. Now that it's nice and dry, it shouldn't wrinkle on us. And we're going to slap our material on while this is good and wet. And here goes. And you can put it wherever you want your, you know, if you want the whole cow, make sure the whole cow is in there. You know what I'm saying. All right, and then we're going to smooth that out with our Dollar Tree scraper from the inside middle out. And you're going to see some of that Mod Podge seeping through. And that's okay. We want that because we're going to go on top of this again. We are going to cover this again with more Mod Podge. So that is good. So now we don't have any wrinkles. But if you did have wrinkles, you would take your heat gun and smooth those out. The heat just releases it. But I don't have any, but I'm just kind of drying it. This scraper from the Dollar Tree is one of my favorite tools in my tool shed. I'm telling you, I love, love, love it. So go around your corners, you know, make sure you're getting a good seal. All right, and now we're going to go over this again without trimming it. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pour our Mod Podge right on top, and we're going to give this a good sealing. And you can go over the edges because that's going to help us cut the material off nice and evenly. it's going to get nice and hard and crispy and easy for us to cut. So you're giving this a good coat of Mod Podge all over the edges, the corners, back and forth, up and down. Make sure you get your corners good. Again, making sure you have all your edges. You can press down on your seams. And then make sure you have a good even coat all over your material. Alright, now we have to dry it, and it's going to take a few minutes. So I will dry this and then we will be back. Woo! Just got a big bang of thunder. Okay, so now that our backing is dry and crispy, can you hear that? We're going to flip it over, and we're going to take the sharpest knife, X-Acto knife we have, and this is one I only use on fabric, and we're just going to cut away the leftover, just like that. And because we Mod Podged it, it's nice and stiff. Alright, so I'm going to turn this to this side. The only thing is we got to go over the corners just a little bit more, making sure we cut that all off. And then we want to clean our blade good with some alcohol because it's got Mod Podge on it. Okay, so for right now, I'll just wipe my blade really well here. But I will come back later and clean that with I keep this in a special place here. I'll clean that with some alcohol. Alright, so now we have, snip that. Any little pieces that you have left over, you can snip off with your scissors. Alright. And then we're going to go over this with another coat of Mod Podge and get our corners. Now that our material is raw edges, we're going to go back over this one more time with Mod Podge. And then we're going to put our legs on. So I'm going to put my Mod Podge mostly around my edges. That's really where I need to focus it. So going around your edges on a surface that you don't mind getting Mod Podge on, because you're kind of using that as a corner, you know what I mean? I'm leaning on my table, I guess, if you will, to get my corners good. We don't want that raw edge to fray. This is a cotton material, so we don't want our edges to come up. Alright, let's get this bottom edge. So you're just kind of leaning on your table and getting that raw edge. And then we're just going to smooth out the rest of it all over the whole piece. Then I'm going to dry this and be right back, and we'll put our legs on it. Okay, let's put some wood slice legs on our farm to table. I don't want to keep touching it. Our farm to table hot plate that is fancy dancy on the back. Look at that. Fancy dancy. Okay, so now let's put a towel or a rag down so we don't get that dirty. And let's see if we can find some wood slices that are about the same size, shall we? It's going to be difficult because, you know, they're factory cut, but we're going to do our best to get some that are the same height. So, those two are definitely the same. I should have done this beforehand, huh? All right, I think I have 4 of the same right here. Maybe, let's see, maybe this one is a better. Okay, I think I have 4 of the same size. Now, I do have a little level I can put on my little pile here. I don't know though. Ooh, it's almost. It's like one little, let's see if we lift this. That went a little bit better. All right, we're gonna go with that. It's not, it has to be perfect, right? But we are going to use a little E6000 and hot glue for this project. Please tell me my hot glue is not plugged in, you guys. So we're just gonna use some E6000. You know why? I was thinking we weren't gonna need glue for this project. Okay, so we're just gonna put a little E6000 in each corner, right where our legs are gonna go, and then we're gonna cap that off as quick as we can. And now I'm gonna just put my legs right on the corners. Just like that. So we have 4 little legs as risers. And look at that, you guys. How cute is that? Can you see those little risers? So they're still wet, obviously, because they are on with E6000. But look at how cute that is. I love that. You can put your hot plates on it. It's glass. It's all protected. It's all sealed. So I wouldn't put this in a dishwasher or even maybe a soapy sink. But you definitely can wash this and, you know, take a good wet washcloth or sponge to it. Now, because we've been handling it so much, let's just give it another zhuzh of, you know, glass cleaner. Shine this up, get all our fingerprints and all of our Mod Podge off the side. I did see a little up here in the corner, and then this is good to go. You can use this as a kitchen riser or a hot plate or just a decoration. You could stand this up and just have it like that. Well, I hope you guys loved today's Saturday's craft. I had fun making it with you. And this is adorable material. It really is. I want to do one more thing, though. I want to say, if you had 2 of these, right, you could probably put that material on one and then the farm to table on glass and have no wallpaper, and because it's separated it might show better, but I only had 1 today, so that's the way we did it. But I love it, love it, love it. I love the little riser legs that we gave it. I hope you can see those good. They are so cute. And yeah, that's just gonna dry up. And these little rounds are amazing. They just call them wood slices, and you get 120 of them. All right, everybody, that will do it for today's craft. So until I see you again, I hope that you, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe and do all the things. Say hi to me in the comments. And yeah, do all the things. All right, everybody, until I see you again, be good and do good. Bye now. Pen's not going to work. Isn't it funny how it works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't? All right, well, this is the pen and this is the button that works and sometimes doesn't work. But now that we're close up, let's do a look-see, farm to table, and a look-see on the back. How cute is that? Those little legs. Love, love, love them. All right, everybody. Be good and do good. Bye now.